Hello friends, welcome to my stream. I'm Philly. Let me make sure everything is up and running. It is Wednesday. It is a Wings Wednesday today, of course, because you can't have wings any other day. Of course we know you can, but it's just more fun having them on a Wednesday, kind of like a Taco Tuesday. So welcome, and I'm just going to make sure everything is good to go. YouTube sometimes delays as it is right now. Oh, fun. Okay, so please make sure you say hi when you arrive. Here we go. Finally decided to show up. I'm Amy. I'm here in the kitchen, in my kitchen here in Philadelphia. Not outside Philadelphia. I'm in the city. And all right, it looks like we've got everything here. Good. All right, wonderful. So friends, okay, let's just see here. Let's make sure I get everything all set. Okay, so welcome to my stream. It has been quite a day. I don't know how your day has been, but today has been a bit. And I was a little rushed getting this stream off the ground. I've been doing this for a while now, a couple years now, and some days everything goes smoothly, some days don't, and it's not that today didn't go smoothly, but today was a lot. So I actually, I don't know if some of my usuals are going to be popping on, but I actually wanted to chat a little bit first before we dive in. We are going to be making delicious wings. So I just want to move this over here. And let's see, I'll turn it down just a little bit so that you can see me. Make sure that this is all going well. So I'm the crazy person that does these live streams usually once a week. And this month I was busy traveling, and so I didn't get a chance to go out to do them. So I had some videos that I released for everybody. But yeah, so I was conflicted with the stream today because we see these people like myself, and I have, of course, just a little drop in the big pond but I love my foodie community that I first met on Twitter. I love the foodies I found on Instagram and here on YouTube. And sometimes we see each other from afar, on social media, and we only see one side, right? We just see one part of them. And we're complex. Not only are we complex, the friend groups we're in are complex, the family groups we're in. And it has been a lot this month. And I don't know if those of you who've been following me for a while remember I took the month off in April. And hey, Archie, hey, Matthew. Yeah, I'm going to be a little chatty at the beginning, so my apologies. Please forgive me. I'm going to get to the wings, I promise. But I took a month off in April. And to be honest, life was just hard and tricky. And I know there's a lot of foodie friends that I'm aware of that sometimes we just need to take some time off. But I kind of wanted to share some things with you, first of all, because we do have some good news today that I want to share. But it has been a lot getting there. But we all go through stuff. And I'm not sharing this at all to bring any attention to myself or the issues, problems, whatnot. I'm actually just sharing it because I want you all to know you're not alone. Because we're all going through stuff, right? And some stuff is better than others. And I just don't want you to think and get this impression that somehow I have this charmed life. I do err on the side of optimism, so I feel very blessed. I've got family around me. I have specifically a husband that loves me no matter what, and that is a big blessing. I have, besides my folks that are still alive, and my 2 sons and a daughter-in-law, just there's so much to be thankful for. But life has been tough, and I'm not going to act normal today, so I don't want to fake it today. So my niece, my sister and I are super close. I moved to the East Coast to be with my sister. Little trip back, she was having her first baby. I was pregnant a few months later. No, we did not plan that. And I got desperately sad and wanted to be near family. My folks were over here on the East Coast. My sister was right outside Philly. And so I dragged Hubs. He was smitten. I dragged Hubs. We've been barely married a year, and I dragged him to go look for a job. And so we settled over here outside of Philly in South Jersey for the most part until we moved to the city. And that's how close I am with my sister. She is just my best friend. She's the dearest thing to me. And her daughter, the first baby that actually got us to come out here with when I was pregnant with my eldest, David, she's pregnant. So yay, right? However, at the beginning of the month, she ran into difficulties, a severe preeclampsia. So she's been in the hospital since the 2nd of August. And mind you, because she's, I think, 31 weeks today, so this was early. And so they were monitoring her day in, day out. And she had the baby today. Baby's early, baby's tiny, but the baby is healthy. Everything looks good so far, and Bethany is healthy. So I'm just grateful for family. I'm grateful for blessings, even amidst strife and hardship. I'm just grateful. I have a grateful heart today. And I'm grateful for my sister. My sister is such a badass. She kicked cancer a couple years ago. The same year she found out she had cancer, she found out how she had Parkinson's, and she's just a few years older than I am. And she just, it has changed her life, and it's a challenge. But she has the best spirit, and she is the strongest person I know. So she is a grandma today, and I'm thrilled for her. I'm thrilled for my niece. I'm thrilled for my niece's wonderful husband. And I share this with you because, and I could go on, and I'm not going to bore you with all the other gory details of stuff that goes on in our lives. But sometimes it rains and sometimes it pours, and then we see sunlight, right? So today was a sunlight day for having a healthy baby and now being a great aunt. And I haven't even deserved it yet, right? But I'm just thrilled for that little family, and I know they have a ways to go. You know, the baby's in the NICU, but we just have made so much progress in medicine for many, 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 many years now, and I know this baby is going to be in good hands. So I guess I just wanted you to know that aside from the sunny persona, I try to bring a sunny persona, that stuff is happening. And, you know, I've had my own health problems, and, you know, we carry on. Right, Arch? We carry on. And we're American and we carry on. But I do think sometimes it's good for us to know the nuance. Sometimes it's good for us, not for any reason of drawing attention to me, but for you all knowing that you're carrying on, I'm carrying on, and we can kind of lean on each other, right? So I don't mean to get all like soupy at the beginning of the stream, but I am full of emotion. I kind of feel like there's a movie where they said, I'm a puddle of mush right now. So I just didn't know how I was going to come off on the live stream. So I just wanted y'all to know that we should be more open about it. We should talk about it more, because sometimes we just suffer in silence with all the things that we're facing with our families and friends. And I care about y'all. So I just wanted to share it. I'm going to get to, because I don't want anyone to be like, oh my goodness, melodramatic Philly. But I'm like I said, my emotions are right here. And so I was afraid of how they would come off in the live stream. So let's get to cooking now. All right, now let me just adjust my camera so we can see the good stuff. Let's see here, get everything up. You can see we've got a lot in store today. It'll be a short stream. The first thing I'm going to do is get my oven preheated. And let me check my chat. Here are our glorious wings that have been dry marinating. We'll talk about them in a second. Let me see here. And Archie, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I agree with you. We do have to. We have to, you know what? We have to, we're all in this together. And I think, yes, I agree with you. Yes, right? Our loved ones, they help keep us going. But we lean on each other. So sometimes I need to lean on Hubs, and sometimes he needs to lean on me. And we all need to lean on each other. So I am wishing all my best out to you, Matthew and Archie, and everyone else watching, or if you're watching this video later, wishing all the best to you. So we all need a little more love in this world, right? So back to our wings. So we are making Guinness barbecue chicken wings. I don't know what happened, but like amidst all these air fried wings, I kind of forgot about just OG barbecue wings, right? I mean, certainly in the States, barbecue is quite a thing. Now, we aren't using a smoker and we're not using a grill, so people could hate on me for calling this barbecue, but it's the barbecue sauce, which is why this is being called barbecue. So the first thing I did was what I always do with my wings is give them great care a day before, which involves drying them. And the seasoning today is salt, pepper. I have it all listed below, by the way. It's salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and baking powder. And then I tossed them in that. I put them in this little contraption, which is just nothing but a cake pan and a rack on top, and they could dry out in the fridge. They dried out just like this. They're not covered. They're just ready to dry out. And so they are, and that'll make a really crispy wing. And you know what? I just turned on my oven, and it didn't turn on. So let me get that back on. Oh my goodness. So those wings, but we are going to be making a sauce, and I'm going to tell you more about the sauce in a second, but that sauce involves an ingredient I've used here before in the stream. In fact, it was in my first year of streaming, we made some Guinness brownies with a Guinness frosting, and it was fabulous. If you want to go back and look up Guinness on my channel, that'll pop up. Those are probably one of the most decadent brownies, and I mean decadent in a good way. Excellent brownies, so delicious. But we're using it in a savory way today. Now, Guinness is my younger son's favorite beer. And when it rains, it pours. So my younger son actually had a little accident on the way to work. He longboards, which is a version of a skateboard. And anyway, he hurt his foot. So we're waiting to see what the x-ray says. But he loves Guinness. So when my mama went over and brought a couple of things to help him get by from the grocery store, I did pick him up. I kept 2 of these and gave him 4 because I do know he enjoys them. So this is going to help flavor our sauce. And what's cool about this recipe, which by the way is from Guinness's website, is that you can use your favorite store-bought sauce. Now, y'all know I like spice, right? And so they talk specifically about a sweet and savory barbecue sauce. I don't always have that because we like spice. So I've got this one I haven't opened up yet, which is called, I've never used this, but I sometimes get, like, oh, let's just try that one. And I like spicy. So it's Stubbs Spicy Legendary Barbecue Sauce. And I do have one I had from Trader Joe's that's still in the fridge that is a sriracha and roasted garlic. So I'm going to taste this when I open it and decide, should I use this one or that one? Probably ideally, to not cover up the flavor of Guinness and everything, you shouldn't use a spicy one. But I'll let you know how it is, right? But this recipe was designed for just a sweet and smoky one. So just keep that in mind. And I think that's it. So Archie says, I saw that comment. Oh, by the way, let me just make sure everything's good. Yeah, okay. So Archie said beef and Guinness pie. Ooh. Well, you know what? Because I made the chicken pie last year. I definitely, that's a great idea. I think this winter, because I was noticing a couple of your followers, Archie. By the way, if you're not following Archie, Chef Archie Pie, he makes wonderful food. He has a channel here. He also has a great space on Twitter. We have a huge food community there, as well as on Instagram. And his pies are legendary. And I finally made a pie last year, and I can attest it's the best savory pie that I've ever had. Pie crust was like amazing, and the filling that I took his recipe for chicken and mushrooms was perfect. But that is a great thing. I definitely think I should do that. Hey DS, how are you? Yes, I am. I can tell I still am a little bit hoarse, but I am feeling fine. It's just, once, especially with something like COVID, even once you get past the fever and the tiredness and all that, it's still like you still are dealing with a cold of some sort that just has to kind of work through. So it is what it is. I feel so much better. So thank you for asking. So our area is ready to get these wings in because we're going to make the sauce while the wings are cooking. So I have preheated my oven. You always should preheat your air fryer or oven. We're using an air fryer in this case. And I am going to be cooking these at 380 for 25 minutes, turning once. So I'm gonna go grab that now, and we're gonna get these in and get them sprayed and off on their way. Now, today, because I'm going to be using a barbecue sauce, I was a little worried about it being a royal mess. So oops, sorry about that. I'm gonna relent. I found these liners of late, and I am actually gonna use them. Now, liners can take away a little bit of all the air circulation, but I gotta tell you, I'm weighing air circulation with total mess, and you know barbecue sauce with the sugar, just a little bit worried about that. It does say that I have a non-stick, but we've been using this for quite a while. I don't think the non-stick is quite as good as it used to be. So I'm gonna take these wings and I'm gonna nestle them. So these have all been seasoned. I'm gonna nestle them, and of course, you get what kind of wings you like. I like getting the wings all attached, the flats with the drums with that little tip, and I find they make the best wings. Super juicy. It also makes it easier getting them into the air fryer, to be honest. So, but you do you. You can absolutely have them the traditional way where they are separate. All good, no problem at all. I'm just gonna nestle these in. There we go. Let me just get there. Everyone's behaving. And then I'm just gonna spray lightly. I happen to have, you all know I switch my oils in here. It's usually some sort of high heat neutral oil. Right now it's avocado oil. I'm just gonna give them a really quick spritz, not a ton, just to get it going. And I'm getting that in again at 380, and it's been preheated. Let me get this on, 380, and then get to 25 minutes. Okay, now, what we're gonna be doing is I'm going to try to flip them a little bit sooner than when the shake is there. Let me get that. In fact, let me set a timer. I'm gonna set a timer for 7 minutes, because I'm going to do the technique a little different. I'm going to get them starting to be cooked, mostly cooked actually, and then at the end, the next few minutes, I'm going to put the sauce that we're about to make on them and then flip them again. So there's going to be, I'm going in and out of there a few times, and I'm reflipping them twice. So just to give you a heads up. So let me put this away. Let's make that sauce. So I'm going to use the present my son gave us, or gave me. Who am I kidding? It gave me. And that's our little induction burner. So there we go. So we're gonna get this on. I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm not gonna turn that on yet because I wanna get things mixed first. So in our sauce, by the way, Archie and Matthew and DS, what are y'all having for dinner tonight? I take it you're not having wings, but I would love to know what you're having. Okay, so for our sauce, the first thing we're gonna add is Guinness. We're gonna add a cup of Guinness. And that's gonna go in. And then I'm gonna save the rest of the Guinness to enjoy the wings, because like, what better? Now, I'm not a big Guinness gal, is that a thing? However, I do appreciate and like Guinness and this style of beer. I just find it very rich, which it is. And so I get a little, I just can't drink a lot of it. So I just have a little bit left to sip on later. Let me put my little thing in there. I'll put this back in the fridge so it stays cool. Although I do think in the States we probably drink our Guinness colder than mostly they do out by you, especially Arch. Okay, so we have a cup of Guinness there. And then to that cup, we are going to be adding a 1/3 cup of brown sugar. So let me get brown sugar. I'm using light. I found that for most instances, it doesn't really matter if you use light or dark. It's a matter of, you get a little bit more of that molasses flavor. But generally, when you see brown sugar, you just use light, but it wouldn't hurt it. So a 1/3 cup, make sure it's packed in. And then we're also going to be adding a 1/2 cup of our already made barbecue sauce. So as I would love to say, and Hub's be rolling his eyes right now, we're zhuzhing up our store-bought sauce. So it has a good base. and then we're going to make it better. So I want to taste the sauce that I have not had yet. Stubbs, and see if I think this will be good. Oh goodness. I do hate when they have these fancy wrappings. Oh gosh. There we go. That wasn't too much. Okay, let me shake it. Let's see how this is. Let me get a little taste. Oh my. Oh my. I'm glad I tasted it. I love spice. That is really aggressively spicy. So we're not using that because, again, I'm worried that I won't get any nuance in flavor. So one that is less aggressively spicy that we love currently is this sauce from Trader Joe's, sriracha and roasted barbecue sauce. Now this does have spice, but it's not as aggressive as Stubbs. Stubbs was like, I mean, you want spicy? Get Stubbs. That. Now I don't usually have this plain, but let me just double check. Oh, a little bit more than I wanted. Yeah. There's spice, but there's more sweetness. Oh, this is so good. I'm telling you, this one's so good. So all we want is a half cup of that. So let me get a half cup in there. There we go. So we got a half cup. And then we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, giving a little bit more pucker in there. Let me grab that. Let's cap. Did this one go there? Yes, okay. That aside. Let me see how the chat is. DS says, we are getting a new air fryer, and I believe it's the same one. You've made me a believer. Oh my gosh, DS, I love my air fryer. And I know you like to fry things, and I'm telling you, if you want, because you're good at frying things, I'm not. And I also am, you know, I get kind of overwhelmed by it. You should try some of the things in the air fryer, see what you think. And again, I tell you that when I made those falafel from your recipe, which were phenomenal, I'm telling you, it's a little bit better fried. They were really almost just as good in the air fryer. I'm so excited for you. Yes, the falafel. And then DS says, I prepared a delicious bean stew. It's so yummy. It sounds it. The wings sound finger licking good. That's what we're hoping. Feels like fall on the East Coast. Absolutely. What about these temperatures? Now, it's funny. I kind of feel like we've earned it because it has been it's been brutal. You know, we've had a brutal summer until this past week. Okay, so let me just go back. 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to get this started because we do need this to reduce some. So I'm going to get this started and then we can continue mixing. Okay, so there we go. And then we need a tablespoon of ketchup, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Oh, I forgot to get that out. And 4 cloves of garlic. So let me get cloves of garlic. I'm going to use my little paste. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. My ketchup, tablespoon of ketchup. There we go. Tablespoon of tomato paste. I found that interesting, ketchup and tomato paste. I know they're totally different things, but I thought it was interesting, like why not just more tomato paste? And I don't know, add maybe a little sweetener, whatever. You know, someone put this together and I'm just gonna trust it. I love my tomato paste in a squeeze though. And then we have our garlic Dijon. We need to get our Dijon mustard for a little bite. There we go. Let's see. Come on. Oh, wait a second. It has one of those. And when it gets all dried out on the edge. There we go. So that's my first timer. So I do want to check on the wings and get them turned. There we go. Okay, we got our mustard. And I brought a whisk just to make sure that I get this. The last thing we're going to be adding to this, besides a pinch of salt, is we are going to be adding the zest of a lemon. That's why I have my lemon here. So they they said a zest of a lemon. So that's what we're going to be doing also. All right. So I'm going to actually ramp this up a little higher so it can start cooking and reducing. I'm splashing a bit. There we go. Get a little pinch of salt. Although, by and large, I think it's probably pretty salty in there already, but we'll trust it. And let's get this lemon set. And I'm just going to use my microplane. Oh, that's right. Let me flip them. So usually we're not going in this early, so you can see they're just very blonde at the moment. But we are going to flip them because, again, we do have some more to do. We want to eventually baste these in the sauce and flip them as well. So we're kind of getting a head start on everything so that they can begin cooking and crisping before we add sauce, and then that sauce can caramelize on them. There we go. Now, you could also do these on the grill. I'm trying to think how the recipe has it. The recipe might have you either doing it on the grill or in your oven. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to have it go another, I think, 8 minutes. Okay, so let's get back to our sauce. Ooh, nice. So it's coming to a simmer, so it can reduce down, which would be good. And let me get this lemon in. So all I'm going to do is, you know what, I could do it right in there, but I think actually what I would prefer to do is do it on a napkin or a square paper towel. It just makes it more comfortable. I find it more comfortable to do it this way because I'm not holding my wrist in a funny way. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take with my microplane, I'm just going to go around and get my lemon zested, and then I'll put all this in the sauce. And that's it. So what's nice is since we dry brined the night before so that our wings could dry out and develop that crispy skin in the air fryer, since we did that, now we just really have to cook them and then add the sauce when it's time to baste. Oh, we are getting up a little bit. Need to reduce my heat. So I don't know if you can see what's happening is it's starting to bubble. If y'all can see that. So I'm just reducing my heat. Again, what's great about induction is it instantly responds. But what we want to do here is we want to reduce this so we can make the sauce thick again. That is our aim. So I do want this boiling quite well, so we can get it reduced. So I'm just going to get all this off of the lemon. There we go. All right. Yes, but here on the East Coast, it has felt like fall. I've been in reading people's posts. Not everyone's happy about that. Some people are talking about that they were, feeling that like they need to turn the heat on and all this kind of stuff. But to me, it just gives me a taste of what's to come. And I love fall. Fall is one of my favorite. Actually, it's my favorite season. Spring probably is the second one. So I know it's going to get hot again. It's, I think, going to be 90 by the end of this weekend or something. I'm just excited for the break because we have had a hot summer. So any relief we can get, I'm all for, and I will certainly enjoy. Let me just tidy up a little bit. And our next task at hand is going to be basting. But we do need this to reduce, so hopefully it's going to do it quite quick. Let me just put some of these away. Whoops. So what are the plans for this weekend? Can you believe we're I think August 21st today. Can you all believe we're this far in August? What do you guys have planned this weekend? Here in the States, school has either started or is starting soon. I don't start until next week, and I just start with some trainings, and then after that, the kids, after Labor Day, the kids come. All right, get this put away. It's always good. A good kitchen tip is to clean up as you cook. Back in the day, I really was terrible at this, if I'm being honest. But I have gotten better, and Hubs definitely appreciates that. And I actually appreciate it. It makes me a little less stressed. Okay. Just going to take a peek. Yep, they're good. I still have this timer that I want to wait until I baste I have 4 more minutes, so hopefully we can get this to reduce a little bit. So friends, if you're just joining us, we are making Guinness BBQ Wings. We have made a sauce that basically is from the Guinness site. We made a sauce that basically zhuzhed up a store-bought sauce, so you use your favorite store-bought sauce. Now we're reducing it. We've mixed together Guinness, the sauce, we mixed brown sugar, Dijon mustard, ketchup, tomato paste, garlic, lemon zest. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Let me look at my ingredients real quick. Oh, apple cider vinegar, and I said garlic. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah. And on top of it, we are going to sprinkle some fresh chives. So what I'm trying to do is get this to reduce because it's quite liquidy right now. And let me use this spoon to help see how it's doing. Okay. Still quite liquidy. You can see. Let me give a little taste. Ooh. That's good. So you can taste the Guinness, but that's not all you taste. Let me do a proper sip. Ooh. So don't miss out on the lemon zest. You might think, I don't need to do lemon zest. And obviously, if that's the only thing keeping you from making this recipe, then make it. But the lemon zest actually comes through. And zest of the lemon, it's not coming through sour. It just has that essence, and it's lovely. I really like that. Okay, well, hopefully that'll get. So DS says, a lot of rest and relaxing for us the weekend, watching season 2, Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings, okay, and huge wrestling event actually happening in London in Wembley Stadium. Wow, that's very cool. I will say, is anybody missing the Olympics? I mean, I'm glad for the athletes' sake for it to be over because it's exhausting, I'm sure, but it was very exciting. It was fun seeing all the different events, and even though we were traveling during part of it, we would put it on, if we were, whatever room we were staying in, we'd try to catch some of the highlights and all that, so that was fun. But let me put this away. And by the way, if you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss anything. I felt a cough coming, and I think it was from some of the vinegar. Coming up next is a try or buy next week, and the vinegar is getting to me. Excuse me. I think we're trying a new sushi place, a place new to us for takeout that is north of us. So that'll round us out in the month of August. And then if you have any requests for fall, let me know so I can see if I can fit them in. It's going to make me cough again. Something in there is making me have to cough. You can let me know if what your ideas are, and I can try to fit them in. If it's not September, October, I'm going to try a drink of water. My word. Oh my gosh, wonderful. Okay. So, and then I don't know, I'm going to do one more in my French series. September will be the last month for that. But I'm thinking about keeping, I'm sorry, my tickle's back. That's the thing, is I haven't had a bad cough with this, but all of a sudden a tickle happens, and now we're on stream. But something from there is kind of making me, so I'm going to sit back a little bit. Anyways, what I was saying is that we'll do one more in the French series. So we're going to do main dishes, entrees. So I'm going to pick some entrees for everyone to choose, and you can let me know which one you want me to make in September. And then I really have enjoyed 9 more minutes. Okay. So I'm going to let it go 1 more minute to get this to reduce more, and then we'll baste. And I'll still let this reduce for the last basting. We'll baste one side, then we'll baste the other side, and it can cook in there for 4 minutes each side. But back what I was saying, is I do like this idea of kind of exploring cookbooks that I have not looked at or looked up anything in a while. So anywho, I think I'm going to take a peek at my cookbooks that made the, when we reduced everything before we came into the city and trimmed everything up and got rid of a lot of stuff. I'm going to look at the cookbooks I still have and see what might be good. Honey, lemon tea, and plenty of vitamin C. Yes, yes, absolutely. Is there vitamin C in peaches, I'm wondering? Because as you've all seen, I have just been, oh my gosh. In fact, I'll show you the peaches that I got recently are white peaches. Let me get this one. It looks a little more. And when I tell you how amazing it is, I've never had anything like it. I actually generally don't get white peaches because I've never really had a white peach I like, which I don't know why, but maybe they just haven't been ripe enough, although they felt ripe, but they just didn't have much flavor. This one is like sugar. It is, and it is outstanding. Great texture, great flavor. And I think what I'll do while I'm waiting here is I'm going to make a little salad. You all see I'm into fruit salads. It's definitely a summer thing for me. And this time I'm going to make another blueberry peach salad, which any of you that follow me on Instagram, you see I do this all the time. But I'm going to add I have these little mozzarella pearls. I'm going to add them to it this time. So, but let me show you this peach. And I wish you could taste it. Oh my goodness, I wish I could put it out and sample. But first of all, like, it does not get more perfect than that. Look how juicy. Oh my gosh. So good. So, and it's not just about looks, right? It has to taste good too. Let me put my cutting board here so I'm not all blocked up. And it is time. Okay, so I'm going to set my peach aside. We're going to get this over here and we're going to baste. Because we are getting down to the nitty gritty. So let me show you how everything looks now. So there you go. See? So they're not all done yet. They still have, I think it was like 6 minutes, 7 minutes to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sauce, and it's still quite loose, which is part of why I also put the thing down. And I'm just going to kind of pour it over because I will do more basting the next time, but it's still quite so thin. Yeah. Just going to kind of pour and let these flavor. And this is why I decided to use the parchment paper. And by the way, DS, you said you were thinking about, I think you did order a new one. There's so many different accessories on Amazon that you can use, as well as things like parchment paper. There's just so many that really make everything easier for you. There we go. Okay, that should be good. I'm gonna put that back on. 3, 4, 5. Okay, get these in, and then we'll flip them one more time. Okay, there we go. All right, so then after that, so let's make our salad. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a better knife, actually. Not my serrated. And I'm just going to get this kind of chunked up. Ooh. I think this one needs to be sharpened. Let me see if this one's as good as the one last night was. Oh my God. I don't know what it is. I wish I knew what varietal it was, because the flavor is so, it's just so pure, and the sweetness is delicious. Oh, just fabulous. So I'm just chunking these up, putting them in. I'm going to add some blueberries, and then I'm going to add a little basil, as well as some fresh mozzarella pearls, because I have them. So I try to use what I got. There we go. Make a nice little salad for Hubs and I. There we go. Get some blueberries. Oh, there they are. Sorry, friends. All of a sudden, I couldn't figure out where my other blueberries were. These have been washed, so I can put these straight in. I keep them in here so I know which ones have been washed. Washed those yesterday. And these need to be washed. There's a bad one. So we get all those in. Rinsed off. And then, yeah, I think just basil and a little bit of balsamic glaze over top. And I think that will be just great. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh, you can do lime or lemon juice. I happen to have a lime that's already cut. So I'm going to add, there's a little stem, get that guy out. There we go. Put this back in the fridge. And we have our basil. Okay. And my kitchen shears. So over our salad, just going to roll up my basil and just snip it so it looks like it's julienne. And our sauce is continuing to reduce, which is good. There we go. And get a little bit of lime juice. Again, you could use lemon. I just happen to have a lime that has already been cut, so I just use what I got, like trying to make it easy, right? It's a citrus. Just a little bit, just to give a little brightness to it, especially because both the blueberries and the peaches are sweet. And I know our balsamic vinegar has a little tang, but it also helps the fruit stay nice and bright. Real quick, let me grab my little spoon here. So I'm just going to toss. There we go. Whoops, lost a little guy. So this would be just fine, by the way. You wouldn't have to add anything else. You could just do this. But I am going to add a little bit of fresh mozzarella. Let's see how our sauce is doing. Oh, it's thickening them up. It's perfect. I'm going to keep letting go because the first stuff I used was thinner. Oh, that is really good. That is really good. You know what's amazing? That we totally changed. I know we added quite a few ingredients to, you know, our barbecue sauce that I had in my fridge, but it does amaze me how much it really changes the whole profile. So I heard my little beeper go off, so we need to flip and do some more basting. So let's do that. Ah, I should have let you see this. See that, friends? I don't know if you can. Let me just loosen a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Look at that. So you see down below, some of the sauce has kind of thickened up a little bit, which is nice. So I'm going to just turn you back up here. There we go. Let me see how that is. Good. Okay, we're good. And I'm going to reduce this because this is really getting thicker. Oh, not quite off. All right, so we're going to flip this with my tongs. Oh, here are my tongs. Flip these. And this time I am going to use my baster. Oh, they smell so good. So good. Now, since these wings are not, we're mixing with the sauce during the cooking process. These are not going to be as crispy as some of my other wings have been because we're putting liquid on there, right? But what we lose in the crispiness, we will gain in the flavor. So what I'm trying to say is it will be fully worth it. So this is plenty thick. I'm actually turning that off. Let me show you how thick this has gotten. Well, first of all, you can see it actually holds on there. Let me show you. So it is quite thickened up. Beautiful. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to baste. Make sure I get all the crevices inside. Get all that flavor. I'm not going to pour it on like I did last time because what I'm just trying to do is really impact the outside of those wings and have it caramelize on there and just be absolutely flavorful. These are going to be screaming hot when I have to try them. I have a feeling there's going to be a mouth burning today. All right, and then I'm going to take this sauce and I'm going to put it in the container so that there can be some more dipping. So this is going to go in for a few more minutes, and we're going to get everything ready to eat. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's clear up. Let me move this out of the way. Love this burner. Highly recommend it. If you're looking for a burner, something extra in your kitchen, it has been wonderful. It's from IKEA. It's wonderful that's induction, so you're not worried about an open flame. You know, I love cooking with my flame back here, but it responds instantly, hot or cold. Like it goes both directions, and it's just safer. You don't have this super hot surface. It cools down immediately. Like it's really remarkable. All right, so we're going to finish our salad. Let me put this in a container first of all. Go. Let's get this in container. Oh, that's good. And I'm telling you, like I said before, that lemon zest, that is fabulous. Do not forget the lemon zest. And even though this was a sriracha sauce, as I mentioned, it wasn't as forwardly spicy or aggressively spicy as the stub sauce. So what's happy for me is I have a little bit of spice in my sauce, but it doesn't overpower it. I can taste the background of the Guinness. Oh, that got done a little sooner. I think I need to, one second, I want to. So that was a short 2 minute. I think it was right near. I want it to have at least a couple more minutes to make sure I really get that glaze on. But anyways, it is a delicious sauce. So pleased with this sauce, very much. That is a keeper. And what's great is you don't have to make wings to have this sauce. You can just use it for chicken breasts, you know, on some sausages that you throw on the grill, pork, anything, right? You know, you can use anything. So now let me get the pearls for here. So these are just those little fresh mozzarella. I think they'll be great in here. By the way, on the Guinness site, they did have an herb ranch sauce that they had that you could use for dipping. In my brain, I knew these would be a saucy wing. So for me, the idea of taking a saucy wing and then dipping it in another sauce, it, again, just for me, seemed like sauce overload. So I passed. I was like, you know, I think we're good. I think just a really good barbecue sauce, sticky wing, I think we're good. So I made an executive decision that I was not making the ranch herb sauce, which I'm sure is delicious. But just know it's there in case that is your vibe. There we go. This is nice. Awesome. Got the blueberries, the basil, the fresh mozzarella, the peaches. In fact, I think that one I need to eat. Oh my goodness, that is so good. I'm sorry, if you're not having side fruit salads with your summer dinners, you're missing out. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this balsamic glaze that I use all summer long, just putting a little drizzle over. And so, like, you know how I squeeze a little lime in there? You don't taste the lime, but it just, I don't know, it just freshens it up or something. Makes delicious. Okay, friends, it's time. Let me, about ready to get our wings out. I'm going to bring you over for this reveal, actually. Let me bring you over, because I haven't done that yet in the stream. Let me show you what we are coming to. Let's check it out. Look at those wings. Oh my goodness. They are caramelized. They are glistening. They look sticky. They look fabulous. So let's bring these over. I'm going to put them down here. Of course, there is our salad, our fruit salad with blueberries and fresh mozzarella and white peaches and basil with a little squirt of lime juice And there's our leftover barbecue sauce. It's funny, I almost thought about having the recipe, but I wanted to have extra barbecue sauce for dipping. When I was thinking about dipping with these, I'm like, that's what I would like to dip. I would love to dip it in some sauce, some more barbecue sauce. So that's why we have that on the side. Look at these. They look ooey gooey, sticky, just what we'd want. I'm going to leave one of these in here. Let me see, I'm going to pick a small one to leave in here. No, that's fine. Get these out. And we're going to put some chives over this, right? Remember me, I don't know if you remember me saying. All right, so, and I'm going to put this one on my plate and get some fresh chives. And you all know where my fresh chives are, right, friends? Where does Philly keep her fresh chives? In the freezer, because I've had a bunch of chives that I had to chop up and I didn't want it wasted. Hubs is going to be so excited that the cleanup is a breeze. Okay, so let me get the chives. I'm telling you, I think I should just do a stream about freezing your herbs. And not the way a lot of people teach you, which is in like water in a ice cube tray. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but just freezing them whole. So we're just gonna put chives over, and put a few over here. And I'm telling you, chives are the best. Like they keep their shape, they keep their flavor. Also, dill works exceedingly well. Like dill is a rock star with it. So let's take a look at this. There we go. There are our Guinness BBQ wings. Now I'm going to take you over to the better light because, as you know, the light in my kitchen is not as good as other parts. So let's just take it here first and see. Look at gorgeous. I mean, they're just a beautiful color. Look at that. Gorgeous. So pretty. I love the color. I cannot wait to eat them. I know there's that caramelized sugar in there, plus the other barbecue sauce that was in there, brown sugar. Awesome. Gorgeous. Love it. Okay, let's give them a try. Let's bring these back to the kitchen. Let's try the one we set aside. Put this here. Look, I can put that plate right there because it's going to be fine. There we go. All right, so let's give it a try. I'm going to get a napkin because I know this is going to be messy. And it's hot. Oh dear. Okay. It is really hot. No surprise there. Woo! Okay. The chicken is perfectly cooked, looks juicy. Now I want to get some that actually has a sauce on it. Oh! It's really hot. So good. Let me get some more with the skin and sauce. They are sticky. They are a little sweet. They are smoky. And they're a little spicy because I used my spicy sauce. And they're unique in the best of ways because of having the Guinness in there. It just gives a different flavor profile. It definitely tastes like a homemade sauce, which it basically was semi-homemade. Oh, these are keeper. And if you ever want it just to taste like something different, not like you just slapped your favorite store-bought sauce on there, this is the way to go because they just taste complex and different. To me, for like a standard barbecue wing or sauce, again, on anything you're putting on the grill. I'm going to take my Guinness. Oh, they are so good. Do you like Guinness, Arch? I'm going to take my remainder Guinness. Wish I still had the white foam, but alas, that part has left the building. Let me taste. Oh, Archie, they are exceptional. So good. Sticky and delicious. Messy. Bring lots of napkins. Oh, friends. Absolutely delicious. You know, this wing journey has been so fun. I got it in my teeth because it has enabled me to try wings in so many different ways. And this is fabulous. This sauce, look how thick it got. Let me kind of turn it towards you. It is absolutely delicious and highly recommend it. Give this, definitely, this is one of my highest marks. Absolutely outstanding. What a wonderful barbecue chicken wing making the Guinness sauce. But I do recommend the dry brine ahead of time. I think the wings end up being so well flavored and you get the crispiness you can before you start, you know, putting the sauce on them at the end. So absolutely delicious. So friends, have a great rest of your week. Next week will be a try and buy. And until we eat again, bye friends.